Hey everybody, Dr. David Evans here. We're happy for all of our viewers around the world watching on the PIC TV Network Business World channel. We're so happy for all of you who are watching with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and also coming on Alexa. Yep, Alexa. Real soon we'll be bringing you this presentations from our network to Alexa. Our team is working in California right now to do that. We're happy for all those who are listening from Clubhouse. Thank you for watching and hearing about us and our friends all the way from Germany, calling in from Brazil, Honduras, France, Argentina, Panama, everywhere, watching around the world, Mexico, Canada. We have a hot topic today, and we have two specialists. I'm telling you, these women are ready to help you to get it together today, especially if you're in a position where you need some credit help. This is why they are there. They are there to help you to get your credit together. And I'm so happy today for one of our partners, Paulette, is here today. Paulette Waiters. She's a professional in helping you with credit, and she brought one of her sisters on, and they're going to talk about how to help you get your credit together. So many millions of people watching right now. You have to get your credit in order because everybody starts off with good credit, and then for some reason it goes the opposite way. All right, Paulette, I'm going to turn it over to you and our special guest.
Thank you, David. I am honored to be on the business panel this evening. Our company is Financial Education Services, FES. We was founded in 2004. We are headquartered out of Farmington, Michigan, Farmington Hills, Michigan. We're consistently strong annual sales growth. We debt free, and we have the same key executives since the inception of the company. I'll turn it over to Dr. Wadiria.
Okay. I'll just give you a little bit about me. I've been with FES for going on 2 years now. And to be transparent, I just started off because I needed to improve my own credit. I was moved from the West Coast back to the East Coast, and I was looking to buy a home. And at that time, my credit was not where it needed to be. I went to a home buying seminar. There was a real estate agent there. There was a loan officer there. And then there was also a credit specialist there who is also a business partner in the company. And I went on to tell the realtor all the bells and whistles I was looking for in a home. And she listened intently and wrote everything down and took down all my requests. And then she immediately stepped out of the room, and then the loan officer pulled my credit. And at the time, my credit wasn't where it needed to be for me to get pre-approved for my home. So he said, all is not lost. If you do X, Y, and Z, then I can get you pre-approved for this mortgage. And I said to myself, wow, I have a busy schedule. How am I going to get all these things done to get pre-approved? And then my business partner stepped up and said, I can help you. And so I went right home and I enrolled in a program, and I got started right away. And in 90 days, my score increased 100 points. When I saw that, it was a no-brainer for me. I immediately said, well, I know I'm not the only one that need help with my credit, and I want to help other people improve their credit. Because one thing we all know is that this is something that's not taught in school. So as Dr. Evans mentioned earlier, everybody starts off with good credit, but eventually as you go along the way, if you're not educated about credit, your credit becomes no longer good. It's now bad, and you can't get approved for those things that you want to get approved for. So again, I've been with the program going on 2 years. That's when I've decided to become a credit specialist as well and help people improve their credit. So along my journey, I met Paulette, and we're just here to share some information and to give people some insight on how to improve their credit, along with if you're looking for an opportunity to make some extra money, you can team up with FES as well, and that opportunity is there for you.
And I'm also a member as credit agent of FES. I'm also a realtor in my other profession. And a lot of my clients have used the program to be able to purchase their houses. One client was ready in 60 days. I had a couple ready in 4 months. And of course, everybody's credit situation is different. It can vary. So we encourage everybody that come into the program to give it a try, see how your results are, at least 3 to 4 months, see how the program works for you. And then you can witness to others to get into the program.
Yeah. One thing I was attracted about the program is that it not only offers credit restoration, we have so many other services that you get included in your protection plan membership, because you get a whole protection plan. You're not just getting credit restoration, although that's the main service that most people come to us for, but you also get identity monitoring, credit monitoring, a credit builder, different strategies to build your credit faster. So if you have a particular goal in mind, you're trying to get there in a certain amount of time, those tools are right there for you to help you get there. We also have a savings goal tool, a budgeting tool. You get a net worth tool. You get all kind of tools to help you get your whole financial house in order. So it is an excellent program. Like I said, it's a whole protection plan when it comes to financial literacy.
And the client can educate themselves on credit as far as things that they can do to keep it improved and things to keep their credit score up where it won't decrease again.
Absolutely. So credit education is so important. Like I said, that's something that's not taught in schools, but when you have your protection plan in your portal, it teaches you what your FICO score consists of, the 5 categories, your utilization rate, the length of time you've had credit. I mean, it teaches you all those things. So once you get that good credit score, you know how to maintain that score. And that's what's so important. It's easy to let a company get you there, but once you get there, learning how to maintain it is just as important and just as vital for your whole life, because you can't do anything here in the United States without excellent credit. I mean, if you do something, you're going to be charged triple or double of what that item costs. So let's say you go buy a car, the car is $20,000, but if you have bad credit, you're going to wind up spending probably double the price for that car. Whereas though if you have good credit, you're only going to pay a little bit of interest, and what you should pay, because you have good credit. So good credit is just so important when you're trying to make those big ticket purchases. If you're trying to get credit cards and do other things, credit is just so important.
Yes, it is. It is. And I encourage a lot of my clients that are buying houses how important it is. And sometimes when they get in the program, Dr. Wyderia, they want to know, okay, what can I do? What can I do if I want to be a credit agent as well?
So if you want to be a credit agent, if you start off, you got 2 ways you can become an agent. You can start off right off the bat as becoming an agent and getting your credit repaired. Because if you're a credit specialist, the company wants you to have excellent credit as well. So you can do both at the same time. But if you just want to come in as a client, like I did, to see how the services work, see if, you can get your score where you want it to be to accomplish your goals and dreams, then you can start off that way. So again, the first way is to become a client, get your credit improved, and then after 60 days, you can upgrade and become an agent. And, that works for some people because now they have a first account of how the process and how the services work. So that works for some people. But some people need to also work on their credit, but they also need to make some extra money. So they start right off with becoming an agent. So you have those 2 options. And myself and Paulette, we will give our telephone information. So if you want to learn more about the services or becoming an agent or both, you'll have that information available to you.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So they could come in, have a home-based business and make money on the side and have a tax write-off. You can't beat
Absolutely. That. Can't beat that.
And as a client, it's not hard. A lot of them want to know, well, what do I have to do? Can you explain the letters that they receive, the dispute letters, what they have to do?
Okay, so once you enroll, you immediately get your portal, and your portal, you go on your portal just to verify your information and give us, the company, permission to pull your credit, because we have to see what's on there in order to know what to dispute, what items are negatively impacting your score. So that's the whole thing, is to look to see what is negatively dragging that score down, what's preventing you from having that 700 or above credit score. So the company immediately will pull your credit. You can opt to receive your dispute letters by mail or through PDF. PDF is quicker because all you have to do is get them from your portal and print them out. And on there, on your dispute letters, it will be every item that's negatively impacting your score. So if that's a late payment, if you have a couple late payments, we're going to dispute that because that's pulling your score down. If you have a bankruptcy, if you have a repossession, that's negatively impacting your score. We're going to dispute and get those items removed from your credit report. So that's the first part of the process. Now, once you get your letters, you're going to sign your letters. You're going to also verify your identity to the credit bureau. So you're going to attach a copy of the driver's license and the bill. And then you're just going to mail your letters out to one to Experian, one to Equifax, and one to TransUnion. Who is Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion? Those are the three main credit bureaus here in the United States. They are the ones that house all of our information on our credit reports. And those are the companies that when you go to apply for a mortgage or for a car loan, the company is going to pull and get your FICO score. And that FICO score is going to tell them whether you deserve this credit or not. So again, when I say you're going to mail your letters off to those companies, you're going to mail it to them because those are the ones who report the information to these big banks or these big companies. So it's important that if you have negative items on your credit report, you get those negative items removed to get your score up. So that's the first part of the process. You're going to mail your dispute letters out. The credit bureaus by law have 30 to 45 days to respond back to you. They will respond back to the to you as the client with brand new credit reports. You're going to receive one from Equifax, one from TransUnion, and one from Experian. At that time, you'll be able to open up the envelope and see all the items that have been deleted from your credit report. And then you're able to log into your portal to see how many points your score has increased. Okay. And that's very, very powerful to be in charge of your financial situation. So again, we just ask you once you get those brand new credit reports back, because we don't want to keep pulling your credit, because each time you pull your credit, it's called an inquiry. An inquiry that comes onto your credit report will pull your scores down, if it's a hard inquiry. Now, unless there's a difference between a soft inquiry and there's a difference between a hard inquiry. The soft inquiry will not affect your credit. That's just somebody kind of just getting an idea of what's on your credit report. But a hard inquiry is they want that number to see if your credit is worthy of them loaning you whatever it is that you're trying to get, whether you're trying to get a home loan or a car loan. So that's the first process.
Yeah, I'm excited, for the PIC TV network audience, people around the world. I'm getting some questions in from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. People coming and asking questions for you guys. Most people, some are students. Is it good to get a student loan in the midst of COVID-19? Keeping your credit good. Is it good to get loans at all during this time? How do you keep your credit good in the midst of COVID-19? Can you answer that, Paulette or Doctor?
You want me to answer, Paulette, or would you like to answer that?
Sure.
Okay.
You go ahead.
So what I will always recommend people when we're living in uncertain times, you got to have multiple streams of income. That's first and foremost. You can't rely on one stream of income. Relying on one stream of income is like relying on nothing. You got to have multiple ways to accumulate income into your home. That's first and foremost. But life goes on. So if you got multiple streams of income coming in, and I don't know, I believe the average person may not, then of course you want to play it safe. But if you got different avenues of money coming in, you can live life like before the pandemic even happened. The show still must go on. So if you're trying to take student loans out because you want to go to school, life goes on. I would not say stop because the pandemic is happening. But what I would advise people to do is also set yourself up not to rely on one stream of income. Create multiple streams of income, whether that's investing in real estate, stocks, starting a business, a home-based business, joining our team. There's different ways to make money, and you just don't want to pigeonhole yourself down into having a job, and then something happens like the pandemic, and then your income source stops. So again, life goes on. Keep moving forward. The way you're able to maintain your good credit in a pandemic is by having those multiple streams of income to keep your bills paid. Now, some companies will work with you, like say if you lost your job during the pandemic, you're able to call them and make sure they don't put a derogatory mark or negative mark on your credit report. But that's on a case-by-case basis. So again, I advise everyone to make sure that you are giving yourself every opportunity to win or win multiple times by making sure that you have multiple streams of income.
Yeah, that's amazing. As I stated first, a lot of people don't have bad credit until they get good credit. Could you talk about balancing out? When you get good credit, you have all of these companies trying to get you MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Choice. All of these people want to give you credit cards when you got good credit. When you got bad credit, nobody want to touch you. Can you talk about when you do have good credit, how to maintain that? Because there's a lot of people watching you all over the world right now. They got a revolving credit. How do you manage handling that card when you want to get that Gucci bag, when you want to get that outfit, when you just, man, I got to get this bag, man. I don't care if it costs $5,000. I'm gonna Rosado Drive, man. I'm gonna get this. How do you handle the level of maturity to handle a credit card? Is it for everybody? Can everybody, or do you need classes like this? And I want to applaud you being African American young women, helping us to educate ourselves in this financial world that we in today. But answer that, how do you manage that? How do you be mature enough to handle that? Because some people got 10 credit cards.
That's the key. The key is educating. It's all about your mindset. Now, darn well, if you can't afford that Gucci, you want to put that Gucci on a credit card and you don't have the cash to pay that credit card off, you should be going to get that Gucci bag or those or whatever it is that you think you need to have. Again, it's all about educating yourself. Number one, you got to learn what credit is all about, because it's all a game. If you don't know how to play the game, you're going to get left behind. That's number one. Number two is you should not go in over your head. It's all about, again, mindset, knowing your limits, knowing, okay, I don't have the cash. I can put it on my credit card, because I put everything, just a little tip for everybody, I put everything on my Amex card. That's my American Express card. The reason why I do that, because you get rewards points. So in order to know what to, how to play that game and get the most benefit and get those points, that cash back that you could use to pay off the credit card or use to put into your savings account, however you want to use it, you got to educate yourself. If you don't educate yourself and read, we give you this whole protection plan. And a lot of clients have this, use my services, and they have the services and they don't read or they don't ask questions. Okay, maybe you don't have the time to read everything, but there's videos there for you. So you can just watch a video and you can ask questions. That's what we're here for. We love answering questions. So again, come back to the original question. You got to educate yourself and you got to have the right mindset. Those are the two things that I would say are just so important, so vital in order. You're going to get those. I get stuff in the mail every day about, credit cards. And even when you have bad credit, they still will send you credit cards, but the percentage is out the roof. The interest rate is out the roof. So you're going to pay quadruple from what a person with good credit would pay. So again, if you educated about that, you'll know what to do and what not to do. But it all starts with the mindset. So that's very, very important.
That is so true. I agree. When they get that credit card, you do not want to max that card out. You want to keep that card at a 30% utilization rate. When I say 30%, I mean, if that card is $300 limit, you want to don't go over, I would say 60 or 50. You want to keep it low, because if even half of that, you're endangering your points, your credit score. So that's very important.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that information.
Yeah, and I talk to a lot of people all the time. I see some people opening up their wallets and they got 10 credit cards. And at one time, I mean, every credit card you can name, they have it. I was listening to a star. I can't really say her name because of public reasons, but she says it's dangerous. She has she's a super mega star. Or the whole world knows her name, but she don't use a lot of the debit cards. And tell us the difference between the debit, the credit, and to get points too. Because I know sometimes if you have a certain amount of money, on certain, if you spend it a certain way, you get points. Talk about and educating us on that aspect of it.
Well, a debit card is your money. So you're not borrowing any money. It's whatever money you have in the bank. That's what's on that debit card, and that's what you can use. And you can't go over that amount. That's just the bottom line. But a credit card, they give you an amount. It could be a $5,000 spending amount or $25,000. And going back to the points, what I was saying earlier about I put everything on my American Express. I do that because you get those points. So after you spend a certain amount of money, I spend a certain amount, but the money I had in my checking account, then I'm able to pay that card off and redeem those points for spending that money, using that money. And the reason why I started doing that instead of using my debit card, because there's so much fraud out here. If somebody hacks my debit card with my information, then the bank will probably reimburse me, but they may do an investigation and take some time. But if American Express gets hacked, and there's some charges on it I didn't make, best believe American Express is going to get their money. So I'd rather use my American Express where I know that American Express is going to make sure that if something happens, some fraud goes on, they're going to get their money, as opposed to using my money that's already sitting in the bank. And again, it's a win-win because you also get those reward points that you can use to either pay the bill off, put into savings, or to even make other purchases. So again, going back to those that Gucci pocketbook or whatever Gucci you want to buy, use the reward points to make that purchase instead of you using your money. So you just got to be a little wiser, shop wiser instead of, just spending your money frivolously. So once you educate yourself, you're able to do those things and you can still have the best of both worlds. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with if you want to treat yourself to something nice. Everybody's entitled to do that, but be smart and be wise about how you get those things. And the rewards points is a good way to do that.
That is so true. I agree. And with the credit cards, we got to be careful of the interest rates on them, because if the interest rate is high, it'll take you forever to pay that card off. That's also something to be aware of, the interest rates on the credit cards.
Absolutely, Paulette. And just to piggyback off of you, not just the interest rate, but if you keep spending and spending, you're going over your utilization rate. And again, going back to what you said earlier, that's going to affect your credit score. So all of those things are important. You got to keep that in mind, but that all goes back and it all boils down to education. You got to know the game that you're in. It is a game and you got to know how to play it.
Yes.
That's so important, when we are here today. And like you said, the whole world's offer credit. If you got a credit card, you can get on an airplane. If you have a credit card, you get good credit, you can get a house, you can get a car. A lot of people right now don't have good credit. They want to repair their credit. This is why you guys are on today on the PIC TV network, to get people back on track. There's millions and millions and millions of people who are in credit debt. I want you to talk about, Paulette and Doctor, about revolving credit. Revolving credit. I want you to define that and tell somebody, because somebody may say, man, I'm going to get out of this, but it's going to take me 40 years. Can you talk about that for a minute, Doc?
Okay, so revolving credit is credit cards. Installment credit is like your car payment or your mortgage payment, because installments are going to be, payments are going to be made over a certain amount of time. Okay, but revolving credit, you can have that credit card forever, as long as you're paying it and you stay within good standing with that credit card. So that's the difference between revolving credit is credit cards basically, and then installment credit is, of course, like I said, your car note, your mortgage, anything that you, it may be a short, a small personal loan, anything that has an end date on it, that would be installment credit. So all of those things go into your FICO score or your Vantage score, and they give you a number on how well you maintain those things. So again, it's all boiled down to education. That's why we're here tonight, just to try to educate people and get people intrigued on wanting to learn more for themselves. That's why we have this wonderful protection plan that educates you about it. And then if you decide to get help with credit, you will have not only myself, but now you have Paulette here that can help you navigate and learn and make good decisions to get your credit back in order.
Yes, and I think it's very important that people are aware that you have to have that mixture of installment credit and revolving credit, because that makes, as she said, that makes up your Vantage score.
I was just, again, so happy again for you guys on the PIC TV network, giving us education. This is what our 53 million viewers around the world need: education about our world and how it works, and how credit can help us or hurt us, can be the greatest thing on earth or the worst thing you ever been into when you fall into debt. And especially when you have a lot of students out there and other people, they'll give you a credit card at Best Buy, Walmart. They give you a credit card, at the Safeway, John. Everybody's giving away credit card. I heard one time that this person, his credit was to end. Then he put his dog name in and said, "You've been approved." Then he put a cat's name, "You've been approved." But you guys are taking it to another level where you're saying not only do you want to have a credit card, but keep a credit card and have protection. That's a whole different level of protecting it when you have it. This is awesome information. Awesome information.
What I was going to say is that he talked about something that's really key, just getting approved for credit cards. So a lot of times, when you at the checkout at Target or Walmart or any of these stores, they are saying you're pre-approved or you've been pre-selected, or would you like to open up an account, and you say 10%, let's say, off your purchase. Okay, you have to be careful with that, because first and foremost, every time you get one of those cards, that's an inquiry attached to your credit report, and the average credit report shouldn't have no more than 2 to 4 inquiries within 1 calendar year. That's 12 months within a calendar year. If every time you go in the store, they offer you that 10% off at checkout just to get this card, well, now you're accumulating a lot of inquiries, and it looks like you're desperate and you're shopping around for credit. So what's going to happen eventually, those inquiries are going to become a negative against you, because those inquiries will pull your score down. Each inquiry can pull your score down between 10 and 20 points. So again, it's about education. Be careful when you're going to the store just to use, you get your card just to get the extra 10% off, because sometimes it's not even worth it. And then you don't know what interest rate they may be charging you just to get that 10% off. So they're giving you something on the front end, but really they're getting you on the back end. So you just got to be careful and educate yourself about credit and how things work.
And a lot of times these stores, they will, when you get in the line to check your merchandise out, they say, would you be interested in applying for our credit card today? A lot of stores do that. Be aware.
It's amazing how easy it is to get a credit card, how hard it is to get out of it, how easy it is to get into debt, how hard it is to get out of debt. And you guys are giving us the information that we need all over the world. How can people get in touch with you, Doctor? And how can they get in touch with you, Paulette, today? Because people are chatting in right now. They want to get in touch with you guys.
Okay, so get in touch with me. My cell phone number is 609-241-5173. Again, 609-241-5173. And I prefer people to give me a call, because if you have questions, I can clearly answer your questions to give you clarity about whatever reservations you have. I saw one of the comments in the chat. It says, what makes our services different from all the other credit repair services? First and foremost, you would get myself and Paulette to give you that education, and we go above and beyond for our clients to make sure that you understand how things work. And also, again, what makes us different is that you get a whole protection plan. You get your own portal so that you can take some part and feel some responsibility in learning. We're educating you. We're just not going to fix your credit and just say, okay, now you got a 700 plus credit score, go do your thing. No, now you know how to maintain your good credit. You have still access to so many services that will help you maintain it, like the identity monitoring, because you'll be vulnerable for identity theft now. That's a whole nother subject that we can get into, but not going to get into that tonight. But that's what sets our credit repair services apart from other credit repair services. You get us one-on-one information, contact at your, beck and call when you need us, trying to make a decision, you're not sure what you should do. We're going to let you know what's the right thing to do and what's not the right thing to do as you're repairing and restoring your credit. So again, what sets us apart is that you get us and you also get a wonderful protection plan, so you can educate yourself about credit.
I'm Paulette Waiters. You can contact me on my cell phone number, 301-848-4834. And I'll be glad to answer your questions, assist you in any way I can. There's full support, whether you come in as a credit agent or whether you come in as a client side. We have full support. We have training, weekly seminars, webinars, conference calls. You will get full support.
Yeah, this is amazing. I am so happy and excited about you guys providing information that will help our people from all over the world, from all walks of life. We still getting chats coming in from the social media aspect. I want to ask, we put together a 3-day credit expo, TV expo, where you guys can come on 3 days in a row, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, where we can do an expo, because so many people need this. We need the information. We need you to sit down with us and talk to us and train us. I wish we had a class in junior high school, even elementary about credit. We need to learn it real early in life. When I got my first credit card, I think it was Discover, and it was discovering me before I discovered it. I didn't know what to do. Go to the store. I didn't know what I was doing. I was a young cat in my 20s. Had a credit card. Man, I thought I was the boss of the town. Yeah, and I didn't know what to. I couldn't handle it. The credit card was controlling me. I wasn't controlling it. And if you get into a place where the credit card is controlling you, swiping like you the boss, you're a baller now. I'm a baller, but man, come on, man. Next thing you know was 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and it's crazy. If you can't handle it, we need you guys to train, to help, to repair, so we can handle this. So it won't control us. We can control it. We're gonna take a commercial break, everybody, and you got to get this information. It's so good. This is worth your time today. The information we got today is just amazing. We're going to take a commercial break and be right back after this. With this beautiful ladies talking about credit repair, and we're excited for all of you watching the PIC TV network, our brand new network that's on the air right now. I think this is amazing. This is an amazing topic. We're on our Business World channel with people watching around the world. They can get information. We're just so excited because you guys, you're gonna get people out of credit prison. A lot of people are in credit prison right now. But you have a way to get us out and help us. When I say us, I mean all of us. All of us need this, because if you don't know how to manage your credit card is managing you, and it's so easy now with money. It's not like something we used to use all the time. Everybody has a credit card. Some people don't even carry money no more. They don't even carry money nowhere. They just, everything from the gas station to the stores, to the transactions, everything is a little swipe or put your number in, even what we're doing today. So it's very important to protect, like you guys having today, protecting your credit and knowing how to manage your credit cards. And this is just awesome. All right, yeah. Go ahead, you can talk a little bit more.
Well, I was just going to share that, once you get your personal credit under control and in order, the world opens up to you. And if you have a business like, myself and Paulette, I mean, now you can also go into the world of business credit where you're allowing yourself to get approved for limits that's 3 to 4 times higher than what you would get on your personal credit. And that's a whole separate entity. With personal credit, you use your social security number to apply for things, and with business credit, you use your EIN number or your DUNS number to get things. So that's a whole nother conversation that maybe during our 3-day expo that we'll get into. But just wanted to share with people, again, once you repair or restore your credit, your whole life begins to change because now you feel like you're in financial control and you can do some things that you can't do when you just don't have good credit. So.
Exactly. And they can learn a lot when they're restoring their credit, things to not do again, learn from experience, and they can teach their family and build a legacy of wealth.
Absolutely. And that's so important, generational wealth. And then, like I said, once you learn about, getting your personal credit and going into that business credit, that's where you really can leverage some things and go into, like Paulette was saying, and build generational wealth for your family. I've leveraged my business credit to open up other businesses so that, now I can leave a legacy for my sons. So again, what you're saying, Paulette, is right on point. It's about building generational wealth and leaving a legacy for all of our families. So if you're interested in that, we can definitely go into that in another segment. Maybe, like I said, during the expo that Dr. Evans was going to have us to be a part of. But thank you for sharing that. That's so important, generational wealth and leaving a legacy. And again, that all ties back to mindset. So got to get your mind right in order to understand the importance of these things that we're talking about, especially leaving a legacy and building generational wealth for your family.
Yeah, I'm always excited when I hear information. That's what our PIC TV network is about. PIC TV network is the People's Investment Channel, where we on right now on all these platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, also coming again on Alexa real soon, where people all over the world can hear you guys in the car, in your home. We're working with a team in Silicon Valley in California. We already talked to them. It's amazing where we are in technology and what you guys are presenting to the world about how we can better ourselves as far as how we can better our credit. Credit is, it's almost everything these days because you can't even get a piece of bubble gum in certain places if you don't have credit. They won't give it to you, and they don't have no mercy. If your credit is not good, you're not going to get the car. You're not going to get the house. You're not going to get the loan. They do not care. If you don't have good credit, it's going to be denied. And all they're going to say is try again in 3 months. It's no mercy when it comes to that. It's so important to have good credit and protect your credit. This is what they're talking about now. Once you get it, keep it good. It's the difference between something popping off in your town and you can't get out of town because you don't have a credit card that was pay for you to get out. Somebody who has a credit card, they're going to get out and their family going to get out. It's real talk. It's real talk. They're going to approve the people who have the credit. If you don't have the credit, they're not going to approve you. It's a cold world out here, you guys. And what you guys are listening to today, this is worth your time. It's worth every moment that we have today. And people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get this information. Hundreds of thousands of dollars because that's going to save them by making mistakes. Paulette, y'all got to come for y'all closing remarks before we go to segment 2.
Okay. Closing remarks. So again, my name is Dr. Wadira Ely. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to share this information. There's so much more information that we would like to share. So again, hopefully in the near future, we'll be back on. But if you need help or you're looking for a business opportunity, we are available. Please feel free to reach out to us. My cell phone number, again, is 609-241-5173. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening.
And I'm Paulette Waiters. My contact number is 301-848-4834. I would love to have you as an agent on my team. I would love to have you as a client to help you restore your credit. Contact us. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
We'll see you next one. We have another part coming up right after this, another segment. Thank you for your time. Let's wave, everybody.
All right.
Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
We've all been hurt at some point, even abandoned. Many of us have done the hurting ourselves. We get to the point where we don't trust anyone, nor do we feel worthy of being loved by anyone. Then there's that one person who just doesn't give up on loving you. Their love is unconditional. Their love stays long enough for you to heal. And then they promise to never leave. That's love you can count on. God's love.